Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday to you and happy December. Can you believe it? It's December already. Let me just take a moment to get my desktop all set up here and we will get into it. Make sure we're running. Yep, we are live. So perfect. We got the chat here. That's good. All right. I think we are good to go. So welcome. What a great energy. Happy new moon in Sagittarius today too. We'll talk about that briefly in a sec here. But before we get into everything, let us send some love out to the world and also raise our own love vibration. And we'll do that by first taking a big deep breath, and we'll come back to right here, right now, out of the past, out of the future, out of the chaos of the world, and just to come to right here, right now. And as we take a deep breath and hold it for a moment, think of something that you're grateful for. That immediately raises our love vibration. And then exhale, of course, whenever you would like to. Don't pass out on me. All right, so let's start there, and then we'll bring in the singing bowl here in a moment. All right, so big deep breath in. Beautiful. Isn't that just amazing energy? And then, as always, I will take this beautiful singing bowl that I've had for decades. It's a good friend of mine. We'll hit her 3 times and we'll let that vibration uh, fill us up, spark our own heart. Let that love vibration, that unconditional, eternal love essence of Creator and Spirit spark in our heart, flow out into our emotions, flow out into our bodies, our cells, our blood, our physical bodies, our bones, and then into our brains, into our thoughts, out into our energetic aura and out into our physical world, and then fill us up first and then flow out and let it do what it needs to do out there, what it wants to do to help magnify the love energy of the world for the collective and for the planet. That's all. Right, here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. She is singing up a storm today. All right, let me just put her back here in her little spot. All right. Hello, everybody. Exciting. So, yeah, definitely welcome, everyone. Good to see everyone. What a wonderful energy this Sagittarius new moon. Wow. Okay, so let's get into a couple things before we get into um the readings and hearing from spirit. So number one, today is the first day of the month, so YouTube grants me 10 free Zen Cricket of my YouTube membership levels to give away, which I'll give away in a moment. Just in case, if you guys don't know how to sign up for that or to be eligible, let me just put that down here. There's a little video. Now there's a little dollar sign. You should see a dollar sign in the bottom of this live chat. If you click on there, then there's some sort of, let me see if it'll let me do it on my end. We'll see what do. Then there's should be a membership tab, a little option that pops up, and when you click into that, there should be something like I don't know. I think it talks about the gifting or option. It doesn't let me see it on mine because I'm the creator of it, of the membership. So, but that video gives you more detail, but you should be able to see it and go, oh, there it is. It's just a little lever. You click from no to yes if it's not already set to on. And then after I finish blabbing here in a moment, all I do is I click a little button, it gives 5 away. I click another button, it'll give 5 more away. I don't get to choose. YouTube and Spirit chooses, so you're in good hands. And then we'll go from there. So I'll give you guys a chance to do that. And as I was saying, that we also have today is the Sagittarius new moon. It was early this morning when it hit. It's beautiful energy. I've been sharing this video from Rewilding with Sabrina Lynch. She's so amazing. I just love her. So energetic, so informative, so passionate. I like it. Well, here's her video that talks about it. Has a lot of great energy. She especially talks about a very important day, this the 5th, which I think is Thursday. Excuse me, but it's when the Mercury in retrograde that's in Sagittarius is in its, I think it's called a Kazini. It's in the middle of its retrograde, which is an important kind of time, but also it's in conjunction with the sun. I think she even said it's the exact degree with the sun, which is very explosive already. And she goes, she said she didn't even have seen that in her lifetime, and she probably won't see it again. So it's a very important thing, an event, right? And then also it's 2 degrees in conjunction with Saturn, not Saturn, Jupiter that rules over Sagittarius. So there's a very big manifestation energy and wonderful things coming in. So I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. You can check out that video. It's a free video she puts out. Um, and I'd follow her because she gets so much good information, and she dives into a lot of the divine feminine planets and um, angles and different existences. So definitely, I encourage you to check her out. And there's never any pressure, of course. Wouldn't tell you what to do. I'm just doing that. All right, so that's the new moon. Let me check things off my list here. And then, of course, today is December 1st. So happy December. Gonna have some great things coming out. Very soon I'll be changing. You'll start to see things change on my logo and on my main pages. And you already saw today's new what do they call them? The little thumbnail. Um, they have changed to the 4 elements because next year, 2025, is all about the quest for the 5 elements. You know, the regular 4 elements of that line up with tarot, right? Fire, earth, air, and water, and then ether or essence, unconditional love energy. So it's going to be a great year coming up here. I have a lot of videos that will be coming out on a regular basis. I'll be sharing some of those videos coming up on what will be happening. Next week, we'll have solstice readings coming out on Friday, which are by element. So there's 4 videos, one for each of the elements. Yeah, here again, the element theme, you'll be hearing that a lot over this next year. So those will be out there, but there's a special little oracle reading for each individual sign within it too. But those will be coming out. That'll give you the 3-month solstice until March. And then on the solstice on December 20th, we'll be having my 2025 energy forecast for each individual zodiac sign will be launched. For all my YouTube channel members, you guys all have access to that. In fact, so whoever wins the 10 free Zen Cricket, you'll have immediate access to all of those. So you can have and see it all early. It's part of the YouTube membership, and including having prioritization in the live readings after donations, of course. And then on Wednesdays, we have a 2 hour, at least 2 hours. Sometimes we go longer, but at least 2 hours for all of my YouTube channel members, both Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis, where we do regular readings, oracle readings, we do past life readings, and we get more in depth, and you get to know me a little more because we have conversations and we talk, and so it's really cool. And yeah, and then by Praying Mantis, the my Zen Cricket, if you don't win and you want to be part of that, is $2.99 a month, and my my Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. And so in addition to that Wednesday, the praying mantis also get a Thursday for at least 2 hours. After my Thursday and Friday, I'm sorry, Friday and I know how to talk. I really promise I do. Friday and Saturday night, we have at least an hour after those sessions, and then after the session today, we have an hour. And then of course, advanced access to all the videos I'll be putting out. So we have some exciting things. I got Zen Bites, which will be a little short video each Friday. That everyone will have access to, and some other things. I don't want to spoil all the surprise. I just like blah blah blah. Okay, so I think I've delayed long enough. Let's give away some Zen Cricket memberships. So here we go, everybody. Take a big deep breath and let's give it to Spirit. All right, so here we go. Jump in here. All right, so here it is. I'm pushing the button. You'll start to see them pop up in the chat here. So here it goes. It is thinking. All right. So Tanya Hikes, Venus, Sunshine Love, Shan L, and Noon. So you are the first 5 winners. Let me just grab those real quick. So congratulations. And then let us jump in here as soon as it lets me in. Come on. There it goes. All right. And then we'll give away the other 5. Here we go. Here we go. Exciting. It's like Christmas. And I have my little Christmas tree that my host got me. So we got Diamond, Planet Phantasm, Happy Pill, I Am Shailene, and Barbara Engro. Congratulations. Let me just grab those two. So I have record. All right. So congratulations, everybody. I'm excited. Okay. So that is it for all of that stuff. So what I'm going to do, I've been doing this. Well, I did it yesterday. I think I did it Friday night and then Saturday morning. Friday night was last night, Saturday night was kind of thin. So we were able to get through all the readings at the normal way I do it. But Friday night and Saturday morning, I was trying a little thing where for an hour, I will do donations. And if I haven't completed all donations, I will take a quick break for 15 minutes and go. I call them, what am I calling them? Zippy Zen free readings, where I will do as many free readings as I can within those 15 minutes and then return back to donations until they're done or until I have another hour. Here I'm only on 2 hours today. But Sundays are special too, where I will whatever I don't complete in my 2 hour session, after I spend an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members and then go eat, I come back on and finish out everything. So everything will be done today, as always. But this weekend I felt so much energy. I think the Sagittarius new moon, I was so hyper. If you watch those videos, it's crazy. I'm kind of hyper right now too. But we're gonna get everything. We completed all readings this weekend, which I'm glad I had the energy to do. So all right, so let me get rid of this piece of paper over here. There we go. So out of there. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So if you are new to my channel, new to these readings, how they normally work, I go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. All you do is put your question out there in the chat. There's no special list. It is it. If you don't put your business out there, you can just put general readings. Spirit knows all. We'll pull for free readings. It's generally 1 card, 2 cards, and then we will continue down the list there. If anyone does make a donation, I honor that energy exchange. I do prioritize those. So I step out of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards. So if you want a deeper reading, a donation will get you more cards too. And and then when I'm done, I return back. And then my YouTube channel members, which you'll see their names in green with their little badges, and I'll do a little shout out to them here in a moment. Um, I do them next, and then I, go with the other free readings. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. I don't have a set dollar amount, so whatever you want to give from your heart. I know everyone's cost of living is different across our country and across the world for sure. So whatever you want to give from your heart is perfect. All right. I'm going to be using this beautiful Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti, maybe. I'm having murdered their name. Apologies. So if you're interested in purchasing that, you know what at least the box looks like. All right. So shout out here. Let's shout out to some of my YouTube channel members here. We've got Kelly. Hey, Kelly. And Aria. Hello, hello. And we got Livier Vagata. Hello, hello. Good to see you. So thank you guys so much, everyone, for being here. All right, so we do have quite a few donations. So let's jump in and let's get started. All right. See, I am a little hyper. Haven't even had a full cup of coffee yet. Uh-oh. All right, yeah, but I do, like I said, I have my beautiful candle that my host gave me. It's pine, so it smells all piney and Christmassy. And December 1st, I usually have all these Christmas lights anyway. I like Christmas lights. But here's this little tree she got, and I got my little candles and everything. So it's feels very Christmassy today. All right. So let's get into it. So first up, we'll have Brenda. And then I do have a Cash App donation from Day Sturgis. So we'll jump to there. Then we have a couple from Kelly. And then we do have a Michelle Smith. So we'll jump to that via the Cash App. And then Ashvin Ray. And then Holly, Holly, Holly. That sounds like very Christmassy, right, Holly? And then Cece. So that's where we'll be at for donations, and then we'll go from there. All right. So Brenda, thank you so much for your donation and the rainbow unicorn. You know that's my favorite. I appreciate that. And so you spoke to the Billy Goat and about you wanting someone to build a life with. Now, what are his thoughts and feelings and decisions about us and what's coming for us in the relationship if you continue? All right. Let's take a look here and see. So, what is his energy around this conversation that you guys had about building a life together? What is his? Whoops, I didn't want that one. I just want these. These. All right. I like the bottom of the deck. I mean, we've got the Palace of Swords coming in, which these are unique to this deck. And the Palace of Swords is swords is all about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and communication and clarity. And I like this energy because the Palace of Swords is like creating a safe space of communication, sharing ideas, gaining clarity. So I like that. I like that they really enjoyed being able to have real conversation and not game playing, and because they're used to that with people playing games and not being truthful and authentic, but you are authentic. You're like, no one ever has to guess where you're at and how you feel, which is refreshing, right? So I like that. I like that they felt that way, that they like this space of we can talk about things and not get defensive and get into fights. We can truly have true communication. I feel is what they want, what they want to do here. All right. Yeah, we got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is, again, here's that clarity, new thought. Around Four of Wands, it is one of the marriage cards. So this is definitely thoughts is what I'm feeling coming through here around clarity, around, you know, marriage, around what they want, what that means, what a committed relationship means. And they want to gain clarity around that. I think we talked about that the last couple of days where, because I'm feeling like this energy where they're like, I want to make sure that on the big things that we are on the same page. So when we're talking about building a life together, what does that mean for you? Because this is what it means for me. And I want to make sure I'm not going to our relationship up for failure, because if you want this and I want that, if we don't talk about it now, we're going to get to that point and go, oh, deal breaker. Well, we should have talked about this a long time ago. So he's a big thinker, you know. Well, he is. Capricorn, right? Is what we said? Yeah. So they do think a lot and they like the planning, they like to have things structured. I'm a Capricorn rising, so I know. I get it. So I like that they're big thinkers. Yeah. And this is that 3 of swords. That's the fear, the of letting down and not being enough, and the fear of being abandoned. This came up too. So this fear of being abandoned, of being left behind, being left out in the cold, is, underneath the surface. That's why they're gonna make very, very sure here that, um I think that's even Libra and Capricorn. But they wanna make very, very sure that what what you guys want. The big things, there's a lot of the small stuff that we don't sweat that, we work that out, but the deal breakers, we wanna make sure our deal breakers are the same so that we know what each other wants. So I feel like there was this great, it was like a couple decades ago, but they're bringing it back to me. There was this person talking about relationships. And they said if you have more than 5 deal breakers, you need to stay by yourself until you can get it down to 5. And it's true. They're like, because their partner would like they'll eat with their mouth open, and I want to reach across the table and slap them because it drives me crazy, but it's not a deal breaker. It's not one of my 5, because it's like, you know what, I decided I'd live with that, but these 5 things are, and they know them, and I know theirs, and I feel like that's an important thing. If you guys stay together, yeah, I do feel, you know, things will go a little differently here with the 3 of Wands. Um, and it's not a bad thing. I feel like you guys will learn and grow together, and you'll be open to um change of directions, and flexible enough. It has to be not rigid. It's like, again, the 5 deal breakers, and then flow with the rest and work things out, right? And the Queen of Cups is, there's deep, deep emotion. This does say, you guys have this past life, Akashic record connection that's here. So I do feel like this is, you guys can have this deep emotional connection, and trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, and sharing of your emotions. I mean, she's very Pisces energy, and it's about feeling safe with each other to be able to share emotions and allow that vulnerability, is important at this stage. I feel, because it's either going to be, um, here, what are the 5 deal breakers, and let's do this. And I feel like that's their big thing. So they want to make sure all the ducks are in a row regarding that, because they they didn't like being disappointed in the past and having people, um, break their deal breaker things, and even when they talked about them. I know they have this energy of like, they just feel this connection. That's that Queen of Cups, this deep emotional connection that they're like, I know you won't do, like, if I tell you my 5 and you tell me your 5 and we're like, yeah, this is workable, I know you won't do this. You won't go against them, going, too bad. Yeah, you told me, but I don't care as long as my 5 are all fine. You do care, and because you know what it feels like too. That's why I feel like you guys have this good bond. So I like that for you. What do we want? We want to go to the I Am Everything deck here for your fortune cookie. So I do feel like it, um, where they're at in the conversation is deciding that, and then if you guys can come to that and it's agreeable, it feels so compatible, to me. Yeah, and here we are. So your fortune cookie is, I am receptive, and it says, I am open to new ideas. There you go. I am willing to try different methods and I consider alternate viewpoints. I welcome intellectual stimulation. I am receptive. So that's that palace. It's open-minded to outside of these core things, it can't be 50 things that has to be. It's like, here's the core 5 and get it down to 5 each and go, okay, this is what we can do. And like that's workable. The rest of it will work out, and communicate. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. Brenda. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then let me make sure here. Yep. And then so we go to Day Sturgis next with the CashApp. So thank you, Day Sturgis, for your donation. You want to know whatever you need to know for the week. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. That's your free reading up there. You did put your question in the Cash App. Duh. A message from your mom. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to pull here. I have this Talking to Heaven deck from James Von Prad, and she's drawn me to that for your message. So let's see what she has here for you. What does Mamacita have? All right. She actually has 2. Okay. So the first one is surprise, I'm not dead. She faked her death and she's living on an island. No, she's funny. She's saying, ha 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 ha. She evidently, if she didn't have a good sense of humor in this lifetime, she has a great one on the other side because she's like, surprise, you've been punked. But she says, only my physical body is gone. And I now know that our bodies are just a small part of who we really are. I'm aware that you miss my voice and my physical presence, but my soul and spirit are very much alive. The times when you've felt my energy, I really was there next to you as I am now. We each have a unique energy fingerprint, and you recognize mine when I'm with you. Trust that feeling. I'm actually more alive now than ever before. Gone are all the distractions and the stressors that I allowed to rob me of the enjoyment of my life. Now I see how trivial everything was, and that all that ever mattered were the important priorities of love, family, friendship, caring, and helping. But I also discovered how to turn my regrets into learning and growing. And I ask you to do the same. I now see that I never had anything to fear. There is no death, and nothing bad can ever happen to anyone in spiritual truth. Of course, it's important to be smart and careful and always follow your guidance. But please don't forsake joy because of fears, because there's really, truly nothing to fear. Wow. Boom. She went deep after some little jokes. All right. Oh, and then she wants you to know that she was met by so many loving people. Yeah. Do you guys have like a lot of people on the other side? It feels like there's like a lot. She says, I want to put your mind at rest. I did not die alone. None of us ever comes into the earth world or ever enters into heaven alone. I was met by all of our loving relatives, friends, and even souls I did not expect. I was greeted so beautifully by magnificent angels, teachers, and spirit guides who gently escorted me into my colorful heavenly life. It is all so splendid and so real. I cannot express to you the amount of love I was welcomed with. It feels so natural to be loved. I think I forgot that when I was living on the earth. When I came here, it was a wonderful reunion. It is a place where you see the best in everyone, and they also show you the best in yourself. It is indeed heaven. I love that. So great messages from your mamacita there. And they Sturgis too, they want you to know that the moment they left their body, they were immediately by your side and all their loved ones by their side immediately. And they have the ability to be everywhere all at the same time, as if that's the only place that they are, they don't have to share their existence and split it out, time share between all the loved ones. They're like, I can be with every single one all at the same time. And when loved ones gather together, you really feel her presence because she's multiplied. It's like she clones herself in a way, in spiritual energy. And so when you're together, it's like amplified when you guys are together. So when you feel that, just know that she is always around you. You're never ever alone, and she's constantly giving you messages, and you do pick up on her energy, and she's just confirming that with all that too. That's me. You got it. Don't ignore it. That's me. All right. So she, of course, loves you so much. So much love pouring in right now, and I love that for you. All right, so that's all they have for you, Day Sturgis. Many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Oh, you know what? She's like, no, she gets a she gets a fortune cookie. So we got the affirminators. Of course, she wants to do something funny. Let's see what she gives you here. Oh, actually, this is one of the bonus ones. This is nature. Of course, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And it says it's time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man made box. Take a walk in the woods, smell those flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggery and stuff. But you'll find that even then, those trees will hug you back. Trees come from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to our jaded humor. If that doesn't make you wanna hug them even more, well, I guess you're a robot. So she's encouraging you, get out into nature, to set yourself free. So I like that. All right, so many blessings to you. And then we've got Kelly, 2 for Kelly. So, hey, Kelly, let's give your first one a love and a like there. Thank you for that donation. And how is your person's present self doing in general? Also, what are his thoughts and feelings for you today? Any messages? So, not your person, like the present person. I think you're with someone, right? We're talking about the future one, right? Just to clarify, this is what they're where they're drawing me. If it's not, they're drawing me. They're over overriding the other one, going, no, 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 no. We don't need to know about them. You need to know about me. So they're pulling me there. So so how is their present self in this current timeline? Where how are they doing? So let's take a look here and see how are they doing in general. Okay. And then what are their thoughts and feelings for you today? And then any messages. They're so funny. No, I don't. It's about me. It is about me, and it's in a humorous way. It's not in a controlling way that they're you know stepping in line, going, "No, this is me." Yeah, because here they are. Your King of Pentacles in the future here. Just making sure that they're like just saying that this is me, and that's the bottom of the deck, right? So let me highlight where I'm at. There we are. So how are they doing right now in general? All right. Yeah, they are the Page of Wands. They've got the strong energy with this Two of Cups. They really are so being drawn to love right now, and there's like this energy of wanting to be in a relationship for many reasons. There's the passion, they're just longing for that intimacy and that closeness. But the Two of Cups is also, relationship, and they're looking for that, you know, person that is like this, joining together like this, that it's not just convenience or um for now and temporary. They're looking they're really longing is a good word, longing for this togetherness. And right now they're just in that place of, maybe it's the holidays or this time of year, they just feel like I'm ready for that. And they're just like, they're patient, but they're ready for that, right? What are their thoughts and feelings towards you today? Because they see that cup, right? They're like, where's my other cup? Where are they? Where are they? Um, yeah. And so they know that you're going to be different. They already know with the Three of Pentacles, this is being true to your authentic self. And they know that you're going to meet in living you guys' passions. They know that you guys are going to bump into each other in not like searching for love and, looking to try to fill a position, but they know that I can't go looking for love because it's going to escape me and I'm going to end up finding love that's not the love I want. I'm gonna live my passion because I know you're living your passion. That's where we're gonna meet, and when we're doing that, and I like that because the moon is this energy. Again, there's this Pisces finding this, and I feel like it's a spiritual path because they are definitely how they pick up and connect through the collective heart with you and all that. They definitely have a spiritual base of for their life, and so they trust that. They're like, I know body and heart and my inner human self wants a relationship so bad, and wants everything that comes with that, but I know if I rush it I'm going to end up having something that I'm not wanting, so I'm continuing my path. And I like this moon energy because they definitely it's like they're thinking, and like with the full moons especially, they look up and they go, I bet they're looking at the full moon right now too, you know. And so if you look up at the full moon going, I bet they're looking at the full moon too, they are. And I love that. That's cool. And then any other messages for you? Yeah, trust timing, trust the wheels of fate, that they will um unfold in perfect timing. We got the Hanged Man, which is another patience kind of card that, transformation, things will unfold in the perfect timing. It's hard. I know it's hard. The Six of Wands, that there is this equal um, attraction with the Six of Wands. There is victory to be had. We just have to trust the process. Trust the process. And I know that's hard. And they have the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Coins. Both of these, you got this Jupiter. Oh my gosh. I mean, you've got all this Jupiter energy with these three cards that came out here. Jupiter, Jupiter, Jupiter. And we're in Sagittarius right now. And so they're like, this is the season of um, embracing all of this energy. And, look into that Sagittarius new moon energy because I feel like that's important energy for you to be aware of too. Um, but we're in that, because Saturn and uh, everything I talked about in the beginning on December 5th is a big day of manifestation, and and they're just wanting to just remind, if you're not following astrology and you're following the energies, they're just encouraging you going that energy of the moon is so powerful. And then also just the planetary energies too. So I like that for you. And then let's see what the Wishcraft Oracle. This is where they want to go for your what am I calling them? The little fortune cookie at the end. Yeah. So love your body. I love my body. So taking care of yourself physically is important. I said every part of your body is special. That devil. And should be loved, from the eyes you use to look at the world to the legs you use to walk. Make a wish for your body to be healthier and happier. Use some face or body paint to draw hearts and flowers and other positive symbols on your body. Place your hand just above your heart and say out loud, I love my body and I have wonderful wishes for it, and state what you wish for your body. So that King of Pentacles energy that started off in the beginning, they definitely want you to, and here we are in December, number 12. So they're like, do this. And when you do this, think of me. because I love your body, and this is your future, person saying, I love your body, and I really encourage you to love it now, So I like that little minx that he is. All right, so that's the first one there. Hey, Kelly. Sorry, I wasn't reading down here. Yeah, 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 yeah. He was like, nope. It's all about me, not your current self. And then your second question here. Thank you for letting me give it a love and a like there. That's funny. I had a feeling you were meaning the current one, but they hijacked it. They're like, "Oh, hell no." Because you spend a lot of time with them, they wanted to recognize that with you. I like that. All right, so reading number 2, you got trying to get tickets to a showing 1 and 3 of a concert in January. You're meant to go with a friend. So what will be the likely outcome? Okay, let's see. Likely outcome of getting the tickets. Let's look at that first. Okay, that's that. And then will you be able to get what you want for showing 3? All right. And get 2 for that. All right. Wow. Well, the bottom of the deck, you got the magician card. So that's a lot of your intention, a lot of your energy. Focus on gratitude as you're pursuing the tickets is an important message that's coming in here with the magician. So, just kind of like do the gratitude going, all right, if this is for my highest experience, thank you. This is what I would like. So, um, I'm so grateful that you're going to allow me to have this if that's for my highest experience. If not, show me what is. And I like that kind of energy, going into that. How will it, yeah, King of Coins. Hey, look, here's your King of Pentacles again. He's like saying hi again. No, I'm just kidding. This is abundance. So, it's one of the big abundance cards, the ruler over the outside world. So I feel like it's going to be good. Just focus your energy on that. And will you get number 3? I don't. Number 3, I feel like you're going to, with the death card, a rebirth, and the judgment card, again, this is kind of like a rebirth, both 2 rebirth cards. I feel like number 3, you're not going to get what you think you're wanting right now, but that's one of the things, that's probably why they were telling me just trust that you're not able to get the exact thing you want for number 3, but what you do get turns out to be even better for you. So, um, even though right now it may seem like it wouldn't, when you get there and it happens, you're like, oh my gosh, this was so perfect. You bump into someone, you meet someone, you get something with it. Something happens with all that too. So I like that. So just go with the flow of the energy and trust the energy. I mean, you even got these 2 cards popped up, Page of Wands and 5 of Wands. Don't focus on lower vibrational, focus on higher vibration. Trust your energy and follow your energy here as well. So I like that. Right, yeah, so that's short and sweet with that one there. Let's see. I feel like we want to go with an Affirminators card for your fortune cookie for this one. So let's take a look here. Whoa, whoa. Well, it went down here. Hold on. Way down there. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Positive thinking. So, in the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad. I throw in forgiveness and empathy, seeds by the handful if I want, and I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. So that is that, energy of focus on the higher vibration in the pursuit of these. Don't get stuck in the low because then you drag in and draw in that experience. So it's in your hands with that magician card. And I like that for you. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Kelly, and then we'll get to your free reading eventually as well. All right. And hey Sin, yeah, for anyone coming in, anyone new coming in, Sunday, I always make sure we'll get to all readings eventually. I'm on for 2 hours, and so, if I don't get to it in that 2 hours, I go spend an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members. I go eat so I don't pass out, and then I come back and I finish out all readings. So just make sure your question is listed in the chat, and I will eventually come back. You'll get a message from Spirit today. So thanks for asking that. All right. So boom, boom, boom. So up next, we have Michelle Smith. So thank you, Michelle, for your donation via the Cash App. And let's see here. Didn't see a note there. So let me see here, Michelle. Michelle, let's find you. I'm sure you're in the chat somewhere here. If not, pop your question out. Normally, you ask what Spirit wants you to know, I think. I haven't had all my full coffee today, so you never know if I'm remembering things right. Good thing Spirit does, right? Michelle, I don't see a question out here for you. So I'm gonna assume that it's what I'm thinking I'm remembering, that it's what Spirit wants you to know right now. If you have a specific question and you're here, just pop it down in the box there. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. Wow. Cards are flying out. Okay. And then those three. All right. See what we got going on here. So you've got 6 cards and then 3. Bottom of the deck, you got and I had shuffled these. The magician was just there. They came back around. Which this makes sense though, with all of this Sagittarius New Moon energy I've been blabbing about, the video that I posted all about. So it's solid energy of manifestation right now, especially with planting things going into the, 2025. So really managing your energy and realizing what am I planting with my mental energy, my emotional energy, my uh, spiritual energy, and my physical energy. What am I putting out and attracting through it? And I like that. So let's take a look here what these 6 cards are here. So you have the Justice card, this balancing energy, and we do have the Ace of Swords here, Libra energy, which this is about really a lot to do with the mind and mindsets and thoughts, the mental energy, or like we were talking about. And the balancing of the scales, of course, we start off really out of balance, right? We get a lot of lower vibrational thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we have when we're growing up, and it's that's overloaded. And then as we become more aware that there's more than just this human fear experience, that's just a character we're playing, but we're this actor behind the character, that powerful supernatural eternal spirit being. It helps balance it out because we start using that Ace of Swords to access capital T truths rooted in unconditional love, and transforming small t truth rooted in fear into higher truth because of what we're learning about the experiences we had and the energy we gleaned. And so it starts to things start getting removed off here and added on here and then just added on. So it's whoops, sorry. And so I feel like there's this great balancing and this questioning of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Is this of higher vibration or lower vibration? Okay. So lower vibration, why do I believe that? Let me transform it. So I feel like there's this really strong power that they're bringing forward for you right now, just questioning when a trigger comes up, when a lower, because you know the difference. You've felt higher vibrational energy. When you feel lower vibrational energy, it feels low, it feels heavy compared to light, right? So you have that, and then you have the 4 of Coins, and this is about stability in the outside world, and this does come in with this Justice card. The combination of these two together does bring in a great, awareness that you've been building on and building on, which is, as humans, we're taught to define our worth by the outside world, right? Relationships, situations, and things. And this Four of Pentacles, Four of Coins energy. It's funny. It's Capricorn Sun. It's they do a lot of thinking. They do a lot of awareness. They do a lot of like, huh, yeah. It's the Saturn, devil card shaking and rattling. That these long held beliefs, they don't fulfill me because I feel unstable when I define myself by relationships because people they change, they walk away, they pass away, right? Relationships with humans very unstable. So if I define myself by that, I feel unstable. Situations like jobs, education, social status, whatever kind of situational things we can get into, never ever stay the same, right? So that when we define ourselves by it, also feel unstable. And then things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, all those things deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, whatever, unstable. So we realize all of this, these thoughts and beliefs, small t truths that we're like, oh, it's out there. We're all lies. It's all lies. It's not. Eventually, we turn inward and upward, and we're like, there it is. That there's the only thing in this realm that is stable, the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. And so, all this that you've been learning and growing, it's like it's coming into, it's like it's it here, it's been sinking into your heart, so you have this knowing of it, and now you're applying it, and I feel like that's what's coming in here with this magician is it's like like when I was putting lights on this little Christmas tree. I'm like, I didn't plug it in yet, but I'm wrapping the lights. I can see in my mind it's going to be beautiful when the lights are plugged in. And I'm wrapping it, and doing it all like that. And then I'm like, all right, let's plug it in. And when you plug it in, that's the magician. You're plugging in the energy. You're like, wow, look at how beautiful it is. And it's sparkling, right? So I love that for you. Okay. Yeah. And then you have the King of Swords. So this is the master of thought and belief. So um, reiterating what we're talking about here, that you've really gleaned a lot of knowledge. You might even, if you're thinking about taking classes, teaching classes too. There's teacher energy here, but it can be teaching or being a student and learning things too. So if you were wondering, that's kind of a side note with that too that they're bringing in. But I like that. The progression here. And then you have the strength card. So here is, your human self and your higher self. Again, this is kind of that reiterating the four of coins, the four of pentacles, because the lion learns that too. That when that uh, they're told, they come down here hungry and starving and thirsty, so thirsty, and they're said, go out here and drink of those three areas, eat of those three areas, you'll feel full. And we go and we're starving still. I usually joke that it's like American Chinese food. You eat it and you're hungry an hour later. And that's what the outside world it starts to learn. And then the lion is like, I'm so hungry, it gets desperate. It's roaring in the jungle. It's so hungry, so thirsty. And that's when we connect with our higher self. Our higher self he- recognizes the roaring, recognize, okay, we're ready for something bigger because the outside world isn't um, satisfying us. And if our higher self came to us when we were younger and went, "Oh no, that stuff out there, it's not going to bring you that," I am, and they're like, "Well, everyone else is saying it's out there, and look at all the fun stuff. I'm going to go out there and look anyway." So they wait until we're ready, and then we have this awareness, right? And then we join together. We walk differently, hand in paw with our higher self, feeling complete because what we're really hungry for is the unconditional love. And as we talked about, we our higher self is made of unconditional love. It gives us what we're looking for, right? Yep. And so here you go, letting go of all the small t truths that are really opening you up to your deep emotions, this deep access. It's just like the high priestess. You're able to really access deep spiritual and empathic abilities. It's also the doorway to your Akashic records. If we haven't talked about that, you'll also open up to be able to see more about your past lives, even future lives. Yeah. So here's that Capricorn energy again, reiterating, shaking, and rattling, allowing you to move past that, um, get out of that cage of the mind, of the old mindsets of supposed to be, should be, need to be. You're stepping into your power of choice and choosing joy because that's your natural state. So I like all of this empowerment because that chariot card to kind of round out your reading is every moment is a choice, a mental choice, an emotional choice, an energetic choice, a physical choice of higher vibration or lower vibration. And there is no right or wrong. We come down here to experience lower vibration because then we understand who we really are by experiencing what we're not. And so, in this character of the human, we really get to glean and experience and kind of see ourselves from a distance and go, oh, that's who we are. But when we're ready, there's always that other choice, right? Any moment, I get to choose the story. I get to choose the emotion. I get to choose my energy. I get to choose my physical action. But no one else gets to decide for me, and I don't get to decide for anyone else either. So there's this big empowerment energy coming in here for you. And then for your fortune cookie, we have the I Am Everything deck here. So let's see what else they want you to have here. Yeah, and you are open. You are ready. Says vulnerability is my strength, not my weakness. My openness attracts those who are beneficial to my highest good. And when I lean into my feelings, I'm honoring my truth. When I communicate my feelings in a loving way, I am speaking my truth. I am open. Wow, I love that. Right. So that's what they have for you, Michelle. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So just to let everyone know where we're at, we're coming back to the chat here. Those I had a couple cash apps, so that's why you guys don't see them in the chat, but I go by the timestamp. So um, up next is Ashvin Ray, and then Triple Holly, and then Cece. So those are my donations right now, and then um, and I might get through the donations before the kind of hour mark. And an hour mark from when I started doing donations, I was going to take a 15-minute to go do free readings, but I might just be done with donations. If I get more donations, I still will do that though. All right. So Ashvin, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And a general for December. Here we are. Happy December. So what do they want you to know about December? This one too. Okay. All right. Well, it is the end of the year, but you also, this is a month here. This is the energy on the bottom of the deck. The World card, which is the last card in the major arcana, it's the end of a cycle. It's a victory. It's like you've reached a point. Now you're ready for the next little, you've made the up a what do they call them? A floor of stairs. I think a stairway. You made it up one stairway. Now you're ready to start up another stairway. So it's a free feeling. It's like, all right, completion. Now what's next? I'm excited because it starts back at the zero, which is the full card, which is all right, a whole new ball game, a whole new level that you're getting to, and you don't have restrictions. It's full of possibilities, and I feel like that's kind of what this is saying for this next year is it's as this year comes to completion, 2025 is going to introduce you to some things, right? All right. Yeah. So you got the tower card coming in. In the tower, in these three cards together, we want to look at them together. So the tower is about something suddenly being moved out of your way to open up space for you to move forward into the next level. And then also to create space for something to come in. And I feel like you got the calling card with the judgment card. This is your higher self calling your human up to a different place. The King of Wands, this Aries kind of emperor energy, which is about deciding what you want. And so this is your higher self pulling you, going, all right, so I've done all this, but I'm done with that. I just don't feel like it can give me any more. Now I'm ready to really seek and find out what is next, and then putting a plan together and taking action toward it. So this month really is this, realizing what has ended and then planning for what you are drawn to next. Close your eyes, open your heart, let your heart guide you in that, let your higher self guide you in what direction that is. Kind of get out of your head around it, because I feel like what you've accomplished is what you thought you wanted to and should. Now you're like, now I'm ready for something bigger. And I like that for you. Yeah. Here's your dream come true, wishing upon a star. So there is this. What is the dream? And I feel you're getting clarity around what this dream is, as we've been talking about here. And it has to do with something more, something higher, something different. But this Pluto energy with the Judgment card, with this World card, is it's something's ready to end and something ready to begin. Your new path. Yeah, and the Knight of Wands. Boom, boom, boom. And this is this energy of pursue your passion, pursue and go where you want to go. Let that passion, that love, that energy, your joy, let that lead you to where you're wanting to go. Because what are you waiting for to live your dream? Did I know that's what I did in 2020 when the plague hit. I was, in this place of working, 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 didn't have a whole lot of energy to do what my passion is, which is bringing messages from spirit. Was kind of slowly working on it, but then when people started to pass away from all this, I'm like, what am I waiting for? You know, I need to. We don't need to, but I really felt I need to live, not exist anymore. And I feel like this is kind of where you're at. Follow your passion. Yeah, again, death and rebirth energy. So you're ready for this rebirth. You're ripe for it. And if you didn't check out the video that I posted earlier, for this new moon in Sagittarius energy that's ripe today and throughout this next week or so, be sure to check that out. It's from what Rewilding with Sabrina Lynn, and it's amazing energy that you can use to help propel you into the next stages here. Let's see here. I feel like for your fortune cookie, they're drawing me to this wishcraft oracle. Wish upon a star. That's right. Yeah. I love this. You got happy magic for pets. So if you're looking at doing something like to do with animals, like a veterinarian or grooming or training or whatever, it's very well supported here with all this. Animals are my friends. I am kind and loving to them. And it says, animals are your friends. And if you're lucky enough to have a pet, you can give it good wishes and energy. Excuse me. Hold to your heart something of your pets, such as a blanket, a collar, a name tag, or a toy. Close your eyes and think about your pet being happy and safe. Really feel this and imagine it in your mind clearly. And then say the name of your pet is loved and protected. So it is. And then give your pet their magic present. I love that. So definitely, if you're, or working at a zoo, something that helps animals, if that is what your passion is, definitely look into it, even if you volunteer in the beginning to really find out where it is you want to go. But I like that for you. All right, so that's what they have for you, Ashvin. So many blessings to you. All right. Okay. Let me see where I'm at here. All right. And then we are Holly, Holly, Holly. Like I say, it sounds like Christmas. All right. So let's give your first donation here a love and a like. Thank you so much for that. And what's next for you in love? All right, Holly, let's take a look here. What's next for you in love? Hello. All right. So what's next for you in love? I want that one and I want this one. Okay. And yeah, there was another one that was trying to hide. All right. So that's what's hidden. I get it. So we'll put that down there. On the bottom of the deck here, you do have the Empress energy. So, little combination. You're finishing up some time of Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, caring for yourself, um, and uh, I want to say evolving, but it's like growing because it's that growing energy. You've been growing. You had this time to yourself. I love it's Venus energy. It definitely is love coming. There's sensuality coming there. The Empress rules over all four queens, so she's 5 parts emotion, 5 parts water, 1 part air, 1 part fire, 1 part earth. So there's a lot of emotion and birth that's coming here. So I do feel like love is coming your way. It's like the harvest is coming now because I feel like you've been on this growth, internal growth journey, spending time with you, learning to love yourself, raise your love vibration, raise your self-worth, so your ability to give and receive love has really expanded. So I like that. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, right? So here, the high priestess, she steps away from the world, goes into her high priestess temple, connects with spirit, looks behind the veil, dives deep into her emotions. And that if I got that by itself, it would be time with yourself to grow, but the time is ending. The world card is you've reached the end of this cycle and now you're ready to move forward. You're ready to um, start a new adventure, a new journey. So it's like, like a video game. You've killed the boss or you completed the level. Now you're ready for this new one. And I like that. So what a great 2 cards to come together. I mean, 3 major arcana, Empress, Priestess, World. You're ready for this significant change that's coming up in your life here. So, yeah, you have the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is, the quest for seeing things from a higher perspective, which you've been doing. As soon as I saw it, I felt this energy of learning, like learning something new. And I feel like this is nudging you to get out of the temple now. Go to town and, you know, is it a cuisine class? Is it a pottery class? Is it a painting class? Is it, a Reiki class? It's something learning, and in pursuing something, that's they're nudging you to go do that. Obviously, we know why, because that's where you bump into someone. You're learning and pursuing something you love and are passionate about, and boom, that's where this happens. It's not okay, I'm open, I'm starting to take applications to fill this position. That feels like work and background checks and interviews. It's like, no, this is about still, it's like leaving your high priestess temple, and I'm going to go learn something, and I'm getting out there. And while I'm out there learning and doing things I love, that's where a spark happens. Yeah. 3 cups, getting out into your community, doing things you love, things you enjoy. Um, and I feel like you're going to meet him through a friend. It's going to be like a friend of a friend. And not that they're trying to hook you up. It's that because there's a gathering, there's a learning, it's your community. It's like you have one or two besties. I feel like this 3 of cups is saying that 2 besties are in your life. And if you only have one, we're waiting for the other one. If you have none that you feel like are, like peas in a pod with you, then that comes first. You meet these 2 individuals, and in doing things you love with them, they're like, "Oh, I invited this person along. Hope you guys don't mind, because I like that too." And you're like, "Oh yeah, sure, fine," like a concert or whatever it is, right? You're like, "None yet." I know. So here they come, and it's like, "Oh, okay," and then they're like, "You guys have a blast," and you're like, "Oh my gosh, they are hilarious. I love them." Um, and then um, they're like, "You guys conversations," and then they mention something else that you love to do, and you're like, "You're kidding me." There's this, you know, let's say it's art. There's this art exhibit, blah blah. No way, really, really, really. And all the other friends are like, gross. And you're like, well, do you want to go together? I'd love to like go with, I enjoy going by myself, because these other people don't like it, but they are like, oh my God, yeah, they never want to do any of that. Like, I know. And so click, and then there it begins. I love this. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Again, learning, 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 learning. Yeah, so there you go. And new communication. Yeah. And I like this. It definitely is letting go of the expectations, the old-fashioned ways, seeing things from that higher perspective. I'm sorry, higher perspective. This is the Ace of Swords that helps cut all this away. So this is about seeing things differently and um going about it. And that's also what the world cards does, right? It's uh the end of the major arcana. It starts off at the zero. The full card, which is free of all these supposed to be's and rules, it's like, you know what? I know normally that, I've been taught that this is how that song, this is how you do it, but this is how things have to unfold. It's like, no, I'm gonna just be open and follow a different way of doing things. I'm not gonna pursue love. I'm gonna pursue, I mean, on the outside world, I'm gonna pursue my self-love and my passions and best friends, and then boom, it happens. So I like that how it happens. And it feels like it happens a lot faster than it sounds like it would take. Are you kidding me? I've got to meet two best friends and then we got to hang out and go do something. It can happen like super, super fast, especially when you meet these other two people. I feel like it's past life connections with them. So you guys bond like so fast, so immediate that, I mean, all of this can happen within a month. Its spirit says doesn't have to happen in a month, but they're like, it can. So don't, um, squash it, right? Allow it. And then your fortune cookie for this one, you got ultimate potential. Look, you even got little music on your head. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I ever turned into anything else? I'm tuned into anything else. I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. So I like that. So perfect. All right. So that is for that one. I like that for you. All right. So, Holly, that's number one. And then number two, thank you for that donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. What does Spirit want you to focus on currently? All right. Let's take a look here. Come on. All right. The bottom of the deck, you've got the nine of coins, which is um, independence and spirit. And then also the seven of coins, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So allow, what can you focus on now? Focus on your independent journey and patience. Yay! Which is, especially after hearing that, I would be like, so, oh my God, I'm so ready, But I like that. That's the bottom of the deck. Let's see what they get in more specifically here. Yeah, the nine of wands. Here's this new moon in Sagittarius energy. So I'm just gonna post it again because whenever I see that, I just feel like I need to share this. Here's the video that I've been sharing around the Sagittarius new moon from a great channel. It's Rewilding with Sabrina Lynn. I am not affiliated with that at all, but she's great. A lot of great information, especially around this energy of this new moon in Sagittarius. Powerful week of manifestation. And so I feel like that's they wanted me to point you there with that card. Yeah, and the Palace of Cups, developing this place that you feel safe expressing your emotion. And that's the kind of the crux of, like, the energy they want you to focus on is sharing your emotion, that vulnerability that, I'm gonna be willing to share it instead of, keep it inside because of what people did with emotion before, but you're in a different place, and I like that they're saying that is because before people's reactions or responses of your emotional expression, you took personally because that's what you were taught to do, like all humans. When someone says something, "Oh, that means that's about me and I'm not good enough," or whatever, all that lies that we're told, right? But now I feel like you're in a place where when you share emotion, if someone freaked out or whatever, that you realize this is about them, not me, and that you don't accept that guilt, the blame, the judgment, whatever this energy that they're putting out, that lower vibrational energy. Because I feel like you've learned to put up a bubble, you know, and here's the bottom of the deck. You've learned to put up a bubble where other people's little actions don't cause friction like it used to, right? Yeah. Yeah. and 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 that's okay. It's a good laboratory to express emotion, and this is good, like, before we meet that person, right? Because by the time we get there, we'll have it's not that we'll have thicker skin, but the bubble we have is just it doesn't allow us to take on other people's low vibration, you know? And we're like it's like going with people on a vacation that are determined to have a bad time. You're like, "You guys can stay in the hotel room and complain all you want. I'm gonna go to the beach, so I'll text you guys on the way back and see if you guys want anything because 'cause I'm just gonna stop and get something to eat," and it's like learning to live your life independent. That's that independence, and going, realizing everyone is living their own little life and that everyone's actions are about them, and I get to look at my own, right? And that's also this bubble is becoming more and more aware here of my thoughts and beliefs that used to keep me feeling blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. And I just feel like this is part of that testing the bubble, I feel is what they're saying here with all that. Yeah, and another palace here. You got the Palace of Coins, which is this place of safety, feeling safe in the outside world. And again, that kind of just builds on what we were talking about here. Got two palaces, palace of emotion, palace of the physical, earthly. So feeling physically safe, feeling physically at home with yourself, and making your home your own, building your nest, making it you, and not about, well, what do other people think? And well, what if I end up with someone? I want to make sure that they'll like this too. It's like, no, 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 no. This is again going back to that Empress. I'm creating my own little palace. And if anyone comes into my life, the right person is just going to be like, oh my God, I love this. Right. And if it's not, then they're gonna show that to you and you're gonna be thank you. They're like, for what? For telling me who you are. And they're like, What do you mean? Have a good day." And there is this transformation of the Five of Cups, which is changing that emotional energy from lower vibrational to higher vibration. Yeah, and the Seven of Cups. All of this emotional choice and the power of emotion. The big thing with all this, there's a lot of here is it's like you're learning and it's putting it into practice, I feel. There's like one being graceful with yourself, giving yourself grace, being gentle with yourself. That, oh, I chose a lower vibrational emotion. Don't beat yourself up. Go, "Oh, okay, that's just there's no wrong or right choice when it comes to emotions. We come down here to experience lower vibration. So I felt it. Okay. Do I want to continue to feel it? No. I'm going to choose something else. But if we're like bad, 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 it's more keeps us in the loop where we don't feel like we can get out of a lower vibrational emotion. But when we're like, you know what? I felt it. That was good. I flow through my emotions now. I don't suppress them. I don't loop them. I flow through them. And I feel like that's a big thing of what they're having you focus on right now. Because again, it's putting what you've learned into practice, plugging in and allowing that um, energy to come in. So I like that. I am everything. I feel like they want to give you one of these. I am everything for this fortune cookie. And I am still got card number 12 here. For December, I understand that there are times to move and there are times to be still. And in my stillness, I seek greater understanding. I take time to rest and contemplate. I strive for unconditional happiness here in the present. I am still. So taking time to be still, but you know, so that's important still, but getting out there too. So it's like I take my moments when I'm feeling those emotions. I I stand and be still for a moment, and then I move forward. So I like that. Well, so good. So that's what they have for you on that one. And then for your third donation, let's give that a love and a like there. Thank you for your multiple donations, Holly. Appreciate that. And a general for December. All right. Very good. So let's take a look here. What do they want you to know for December? All right. They want that. They want that one. Well, they do want that one. And they do want that one too. Okay. Anything else? Yep. Okay. Thought so. All right. So these three are together and these two are together. Got the devil card coming in here as your underlying energy. Capricorn, December 20th, 21st, round there. Solstice, Capricorn energy, Saturn. Um, so I feel like December 20th, as you go into Capricorn, is going to be an important time for you. I mean, you've been going through this shaking and this rattling of this cage already, so I don't feel like this is like, oh, here it comes. You're just like, I feel like you're really going to resonate with Capricorn energy when it comes in from December 20th to January 20th ish. Um, yeah, so that's it. They're just like, it's going to feel comfortable for you because you're no longer in the cage. You realize that the cage door is open, and it's I don't know why they're showing me a dog and a how people have the big kennels and they'll take off the cage door, but it's a nice safe space. And it has a nice pillow, it has its toys in there. It'll go in there for rest. It'll go in there for reflection. So that's kind of like that stillness. But I feel like you've gotten so used to self-reflection that it's second nature for you now. Like when something happens, instead of you have this pause that you have like, I wonder what this is about, right? Yeah, right. And so there's this, okay, I'm okay when there's a lot of stuff going on. Like they're showing me like at a party, and there's this big Marmaduke dog. It's funny and a huge, and it's just like it's had enough with everyone, and it just goes into its kennel and lays down, and everyone's like, "What? All right, sorry," but it's cute. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go have a nap. I'm gonna step away from all that because I can. And you have that ability where you don't feel guilty doing it. You feel comfortable with it. So that's where the comfort is. Comfortable with the cage because there's no door on it, if that makes sense. Yeah, Page of Coins. So you have new opportunities opening up here in December. I like that. Let's see what that is about here. Yeah, you got the Temperance card. Here's that patience, things unflowing, things flowing forward. It is, coming forward here. So, um, yeah, opportunities to learn patience. No, no, but it's this opportunity to be comfortable with time and divine timing, which is about um, going with the flow. And I like this. I like, again, it feels like part of your laboratory of trying things out is like, yeah, I've been working on trusting creator and going, if they trust the creator, trusting their timing too. It's like, okay, I trust you that you'll bring the perfect situation, the perfect timing in the perfect way, and allowing that and kind of flowing with that. So I like that. That's what these three are together here. Yeah, yeah. So here we go. We've got these cards. So you got the High Priestess again, and you've got the Judgment card, which both of these are about, you know, this spiritual connection, connecting and higher self, allowing, and following their guidance. Because here's the King of Cups. I feel like this is the compatible partner here, and I feel like there'll be this opportunity. Because I don't feel like you meet them this month necessarily, but it's following your heart, following it because they are leading you in that path. And so it's really important to, like I said, that stillness, that breathing, that closing your eyes and opening your heart, and allowing your heart to lead instead of the mind, from before. Which, going into Capricorn season, I feel like that's going to be a big realization of a transformation, because Capricorn, I'm Capricorn rising. I see the world through the eyes of task, work, spreadsheets, thinking, evaluating. That's how that my rising sign works. But that's Capricorn energy, and usually, you know, it's like normally you'd be led by the mind, the beliefs and mindsets and all that, right? But I also have like I have a stellium in Pisces. I have a grand water trine and kite in water and a bunch of other water, which takes me out of my mind into like a high priestess zone, which is what I feel like you're going to experience. They're just showing that to me of like, you remember how you used to be like, what? Very, and I'm Aquarius sun, very air and very thinky, and how through the last couple decades when spirit opened up that it's been this balance between head and heart too, which is also the King of Cups. um but there's this balance that's coming in, and you're realizing, wow, they don't have to battle, they can walk together. So it's really interesting. I feel like this is going to be huge for you here. Yeah. And then you got the King of Wands and the fire. You got the fire and the water. A lot of steam happening here. But here's that Pisces energy and the fire, action and movement. So I like this, all these elements that are working together, and I feel like you're a water sign. Okay, yeah. So you're really stepping out, and what do you know what's your rising sign and your moon? I wouldn't be surprised if you have like a air moon or a air rising sign, because it just feels like you're having this balance of things, the major important planetary energies are really impacting you. But so that's this December. I just feel like it's a big laboratory of putting things into action and things moving forward in that. Yeah. Yeah, so check it out. Well, especially when they were it's like, what do they want you to focus on now? And they gave you that Sagittarius new moon. I feel like astrology might be a fun little mental adventure for you, because you'll learn a lot about the character of who you are. All right. And then your fortune cookie you have here is the candle magic. Beautiful. Um, every day things get better. I like this. Card number 22, which 22 is a master number, which is realizing your higher self and connection with your higher self. Yeah, if you Astro.com is one that I use. That I've used them for years and years and years. I'm not affiliated with them, but they have a lot of free stuff on there, and I trust them. So Of course, always trust your own intuition, or if you have a site that you normally go to for free birth charts or whatever, you do you. So it says, make sure you get permission to light any candles you create and make sure you never leave them unattended. Think about what you wish for and draw a symbol of this with a permanent marker or carefully carve it into the wax of your favorite colored candle with a toothpick. Hold the candle in both hands at the end furthest from the flame. That's funny. Don't grab the flame. And say, as this candle burns, my wish becomes true. I love that. So, candle magic, which is really cool. It's something I recently started getting into. I don't know if you can see, I got all these different color candles back there, and it's beautiful. So, I love that. So, great messages for you. Boom, 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 boom. So, thank you again for your multiple donations. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. You are very welcome, and thank you again. Thanks for bringing the holly, holly, holly Christmas spirit in with our Christmas theme today. All right. Now, I know I said I was going to probably after an hour jump into the 15 minutes, but since I'm coming back on to complete all free readings, I just feel like I want to finish and work through the donation one since I've got about 30 minutes left. But I will, because about 30 minutes, I'm going to head off and spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members and eat. Then I'll be back on and I'll finish out all readings. So we will get messages today. But I kind of just feel like Spirit is going, that's good intentions. And you did those things. But for this one, let's do this. So my mind wanted to do that, but Spirit's kind of going, putting a quash on my thing here. Oh, sorry. Itchy nose. Is that money? Am I getting money? No. That's itchy palm, right? Hey, Maria. All right. So we'll continue on here. So for donations, I got CC and then Infinity and then NY and then Shanji. Hey, Shanji. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. So hello to one of my YouTube channel members. And that will be the donations. I should be able to get through those. So all right, here we go. So, CC, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. You want to know, will M try and contact after their vacation? All right, let's take a look here. So, M going on vacation. Will they contact? Okay, what's this about? Nope. Okay. All right. So, let's see what we have here. They've got such a stable energy here. The first two cards that came out, we got 4 of coins, 4 of swords. Peace of mind, solid, peaceful outside world. And um 4s are like a huge table, if you think of 4 huge legs, it's a very solid foundation. And this kind of just feels like they're in this place of peace and calm when they come back from their vacation. They also, this Palace of Cups, feels like they're creating this space within themselves to be able to feel safe to express emotion. And I feel like but it's like they're 10,000 leagues under the sea. They're really into themselves after this vacation. Just feels like they're just really sitting and thinking about things. It's like when they got away from everything on a vacation, it just feels like they went really internal and are thinking about a lot of their life and who they are and what they want and kind of consumed in that in their little bubble, you know. It's like a little fish tank almost, like they're in this little place bubbled away. Now, I feel like they will eventually here because the Queen of Swords, she rules over communication and the Page of Wands represents action and movement. I feel like there will be this communication that comes out, but with the 10 of swords, this is about letting expectations go, because these are all these small teachers are all the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be. And it's important to let this go because this includes when they should communicate with me, how they should communicate with me, what they should communicate with me. And I feel like there has to do with your energy with that specific card. That has to do with you. That when we have like I want this, I miss this, it actually our energy pushes it away from us because our energy draws to us like attracts like. So, like if I want, if I'm like, I would really like to hear from someone, and I don't want to reach out to them, then I would start thanking the creator. You know what? I'm so grateful for those times. Like that time they communicated with me, that time they communicated with me. Have gratitude and higher vibration around my communication experiences with them. That draws them to me. If I'm like, I really miss it, I really want them to, that energy of wanting is telling the universe, you know what I enjoy? They're like, what? I enjoy wanting them to communicate with me. But in order for me to continue to want and want and want, I can't have them communicate with me. Does that make sense? So when I have that wanting and needing, I actually push it away. And that's what there's, excuse me, hiccup, scared myself. what what they're saying here is like there's this is this energy of this will push it away if you have expectations around it. But it's like when you release, that's that whole we kind of like release something, if it's meant it'll come back. It's like it's not quite that energy, but that's spiritual energy. There's like an underlying belief that kind of got twisted a little bit. But it's like because whatever I focus on grows. So if I'm trying to grasp something and I want and need, and that's my energy, actually, it pushes it away. But if I release that need and instead focus on gratitude, that's what draws things to me, things that match that energy. So I feel like they will, given time, but I feel like it's important to release those expectations around the how, the what, the blah blah blah, and just focus on gratitude for communication you've had, and just gratitude in general, because then other things to be grateful for come to us anyway. But I feel like that's what they want for you there. And let's see, your fortune cookie here is the I am everything deck is what they're drawing me to. Yeah. And you got I am connected. I have more in common with others than I realize. I seek commonality with people rather than focusing on outward differences. I am connected. That's kind of that energy, right? How are we alike? How am I connected? How am I grateful for it in the connection, right? So I like that. So hopefully that helps there. CC, so many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then let me just make sure timestamps. Yeah, I did that one there. So okay. So we got infinity and then Nye and NY. I'll be up after that. All right, Infinity. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And so you had a nightmare about your Aunt Kay, who crossed over a few years ago. Is her soul at rest or does she have any messages? All right. Yeah, let's take a look here. And I do have these Talk to Heaven deck, which is talking to people on the other side. So let's see what she has to say here. You know, yeah, she's coming to haunt you. Dun, 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 dun. She's funny though. I, I immediately heard, you wish I'd come haunt you. She's funny. She feels very fiery. So let's see what she says here. Yeah. I feel she's at rest. She got, although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. Um, and it says here, so she goes, there is divine order behind everything that happens, even this nightmare, including the time of my passing. I realized that you weren't ready to let me go. In many ways, I wasn't ready either. But since my passing, I've received spiritual counseling to help me see the big picture of my life and my death. And now I now understand that I had to leave the way that I did. It was part of my soul contract and yours as well. I now see that everything in this universe is mathematically precise. There are no accidents. And at some level, your soul knew that I would leave before you did. And we've both been preparing for this transition since the beginning of our relationship. I'm grateful for all the beautiful moments we shared together, along with lessons I learned from the difficult times. It's all divinely perfect. So she is saying here that, I mean, that's definitely saying she's at rest. She's learned a lot about her life and her passing, and so that's her way of saying, "No, no, I'm good. I'm at rest." But there is a reason for your nightmare, and we'll get into that in a sec. The other card she wanted to bring in is we are soulmates, and I like that. So you guys were actually you've had past lifetimes together in other lifetimes where you weren't like family, aunt and niece nephew kind of energies that you were, you've had a lot of different adventures is what they're showing me. And it says it was no accident that our lives intersected as we are from the same soul group with symbiotic life purposes. We were brought together in our earth life to help each other grow, learn, and love. Sometimes that meant painful situations that tested our patience and ability to forgive one another. I sincerely apologize for any pain I inflicted upon you. At each moment, I was doing the best I could. At times, I fell very short of my potential. And I hope that you will release any anger that you're holding toward me for your own sake, not for mine. I hope that in some ways I helped you grow and learn. So I like that fiery energy. She's a hoot. But definitely, one of the reasons why you had a nightmare, um, not the fearful part of the nightmare, but the reason you had a dream that where she was in it was that you'd reach out to help kind of smooth over some altercations and maybe some feelings below the surface that you haven't released because you feel guilty that they're gone, and so you kind of stuffed it. But she's like, let it out, let's go, the only way around this is through it. So feel the emotion, allow it, and allow me to ask for forgiveness, and allow yourself to forgive me for your sake, so that you can no longer be a vessel of pain and of anger because of someone else's actions or non-actions, words or silence. And she's like the representative. She goes, this will help you start, and that way you can forgive others and release some of the stuff that's below the surface that allows you to go forward. And that's the other reason why the nightmare came up, is it's your spiritual posse and your soul all bringing it up in while you're sleeping, to be able to face fears, because fears at the root of everything. Lower vibrational is fear. So anger, the root of that is fear. All of these lower vibrational emotions, any resentments, any hurt feelings, any feeling abandonment, it all comes down to fear. And these are the things that are bubbling up, and they're like, they didn't mean for it to be a nightmare, but it's a dream that is allowing you to face your fears. And so, and it's amazing because they're showing me, like, I think I had like three dreams I used to have all the time when I was younger. And one of them had to do, like, I'd go down into this basement, and it was an unfinished basement, but there was this coffin with this green witch in it that whenever it happened, I'd get close to it. I didn't want to get close to it, but I was drawn to it, and the lid would pop off and the witch would attack me, and then I'd wake up scared to death, right? Until one time, I got tired of having the dream, and she jumped out of it, and I kicked her butt. We fought, and I beat her, and I never had the dream again. And that's kind of what happens. These fears will come up for us to have us work through things. And it wasn't someone haunting us, it wasn't someone but this is part of the healing and getting this bubbling of stuff. It's time to process and transform some of those emotions. So I feel like that's what was going on in that. I feel like they want to give you this. They're in this very funny mood. So this Affirminators card here for your your fortune cookie here. All right. Yeah. And gratitude. Gratitude is a good fear killer here. And it says, today I'm grateful for all of the little things. Even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things I can be at least a little grateful for, like hot showers and music, and the fact that humans invented an internet and I'm allowed to use it whenever I want to, using fingers and thumbs that do whatever I think them to do at any given moment. So gratitude is a good, it helps us get out of lower vibrational energies. And so if you go into, if you're like, I don't want any more nightmares, it's like, all right, instead of thinking of it as a nightmare, think of it as a dream that's helping me transform fear. So we can, before we thank you, you know, for bringing me what I need to learn, and when we have that energy, transforms us from fear. So hopefully that helps infinity. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings. All right. And then Nye, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. So a new connection. Can you trust Paul? All right. Let's take a look here. So, can you trust Paul? And what does Spirit want you to know about Paul? I just say, can we trust humans? No, we can't trust humans. The first time a human goes and feels unsafe or out of control, they're out of their minds doing unloving, uncaring, stupid stuff. So can you trust a human? God, why would I want to trust a human character? But the energy behind Paul, the higher person. But let's see what Spirit wants you to know around Paul. Okay, we'll dive in here. Well, he is part of your plan. With you got Tree of Life, which is one of the few cards that's here. That's specific to this deck. And this is about a plan, a path. It's all part of the construct of your journey. So they're not by accident coming into your life. So just know that. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, you got the Justice card. So you are designed to learn a lot. I know it sounds like this is bad, right? You are designed to learn a lot around your small T truths, and see things from a higher perspective, differentiating between those thoughts and beliefs that are rooted in fear versus those that are, from higher above. And so there is a lot of learning that comes through this individual. Let's take a look here. Yeah, there's a lot of passion, a lot of fears that you face here with the knight. The Nine of Swords is our nightmare and insomnia card. But there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of energy around your fears that they bring to the surface here. Um, and we'll get to their trustworthiness here in a moment. I just feel like they're kind of showing you that every human is a mirror, and everybody's going to bring to us anything that I need to see about me. So if I don't trust myself in some way, I'm going to have mistrust on the outside world, right? And so the mistrust that I'm seeing out there comes back to here. And I feel like this is what they're showing you, is that realizing your triggers um, is what all of these mirrors do for us, right? So like when we're asking, can I trust someone? What my fear is in that question, what Spirit is showing, like below the root of it, is I'm afraid, right? I fear that men or people are not trustworthy, that they will not honor, commitments or do the things I need them to do for me to feel lovable, for me to feel good enough. And that's the mistrust that comes in for humans. But the big spoiler alert is that when we are defining ourselves by other people's actions, we're actually cheating on our higher self. What? I know this is a big thing, and I mention this every once in a while. because I have this long, maybe someday I'll do a separate video that just talks about all of this, but there's this, I had a, I feared that because of my mom and her experiences, I thought I'm I feared that I was gonna find people that cheated on me, and I did. I drew them to me because that was what my journey was. Their mirror was to show me that, and after I had these relationships where it was 3 out of the 5 specifically went outside the relationship and, you know, for sex and stuff, and it was like, "What?" What did I want? What was I supposed to learn through this spirit, in post, evaluation of those relationships? And that's what spirit showed me. They were like, "Well, if they're a mirror for you," and I'm like, "Well, I never cheated on them. How's that?" I was always faithful. All right, but if you were defining yourself by them and your self-worth is supposed to be defined by yourself and your self-love, and I'm like, "Wait, are you saying I was cheating on my higher self with them?" And they're like, "Boop, boop, boop." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, let me," and when you sit with that and think about it, it's like, wow. So, I don't trust myself, right? Because I'm looking out here for the relationship instead of here for the relationship. And that's the core of our fear, is that I am not gonna be good enough. Well, when we're defining ourselves by what I call retail price of the outside world, that's the value we think we are to others. Yeah, we end up on the clearance rack. The blue light, if you're old enough, the blue light special at Kmart, that's the extra special, 80% off. Wow, but when we turn inward and upward and we allow our higher self to define us, we find out we're priceless. The foundation of eternal unconditional love is the foundation of our worth. Then we stop looking outside of us to define ourselves. Then other people's actions become about them, not about me, right? So, I don't need to trust someone because they don't bring me what I need anyway. I find what I need on the inside. They're just bringing me above and beyond extra. Doesn't mean when I find self-love, it means I don't want love in the outside world. We can still want it, but we don't need it. It's not, we don't freak out about it as much as we do when we think that our life and my worth is defined by them. And it changes. And I feel like this is the underlying what they wanted you to know before all that here. Yeah, and this is, these 3 cards are basically everything I was just talking about. We have this is your solid foundation, the King of Pentacles, the balancing of your head and your heart, and the Page of Cups is finding your self-love, letting self-love be the foundation of your worth. And when that happens, you become the king and the queen of your own kingdom instead of feeling like you're a servant or a stable person, like a not like a stable person, but someone shoveling shit in a a horse manure, a stable person. You're royalty. You're not, a slave to all of that. So I like that. So all of that is like the foundation going, just to help you understand the mistrust of humans and how we can take the power back, right? So we will take a look here at Paul because I told you we would. We got this Leo energy. There's a lot of passion with this Leo energy and the King of Wands. They're a very fiery person. Are they a fire sign? But the King of Wands says that they're not like a little chihuahua going around humping everyone's legs. They know a King of Wands is they have passion, but they know when's appropriate to act on things and not. They're not like a young prince who ends up in the brothels because they can't control themselves, or like I said, a little chihuahua humping everyone's legs. It's like, no, it's a very they're strong. It's like higher vibrational, higher expression of a fire energy, of a fire sign, which is someone very vibrant, very, you know, like childlike, that's adventure, it's possibility, it's great, it's excitement, it's a lot of passion, but they also don't just with anyone, right? So I like that. That means trustworthy. Yeah, and I do feel like here the Ace of Cups, I'm sorry, the Ace of Coins with the Two of Cups, they are looking for, um, opportunity for a real relationship, not just sex, kind of thing. So I do feel like they're out of a lot of the humans, they feel like they're a more trustworthy human on the in the scheme of things. So hopefully that helps. I know it says like, what? But it is. They're on the higher end. They're in the top 10% of trustworthy humans. All right. And then your fortune cookie is the I am everything from the I am everything deck here. Your spirit guides are funny. All right. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, you are a creator. And this says, everything around me began as a thought. My clothes, my home, and even the roads I drive on were once just thoughts. When I take the time to contemplate my surroundings, I grasp all of the thoughts that took place to create the world. Likewise, my thoughts have created things. My thoughts create my actions and thereby create my life as I know it. Therefore, I strive to think about my desires optimistically. I am a creator. And that does come in that, this energy of whatever you focus on draws in. And like I mentioned in my example, I had so much fear that I was like, I'm so afraid I'm gonna draw and be cheated on. I'm gonna be cheated on, I'm gonna be cheated on. And my energy, because that was my focus, I drew people in for my experience because that's my energy. And it was faded too in a lot of those, but it does draw that in. We create our world by our focus. Every moment we're making a choice of thought, emotion, energy, and physical action. All of that is feeding the energetic world. Drawing like attracts like. So the more I focus on fearing things, missing things, wanting things, hating things, I draw all that to me. The more I focus on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, I draw things that match that too. So I feel like that's an important piece of all that as well. All right. So that is what they have for you, and why. So many blessings to you. All right. So I'm going to be headed off here in about 3 minutes. And rather than start a reading and try to rush through and not give you the time that you deserve, I will be back. So let me take screenshots here before I forget to, because I get blabbing. You know how brudda-zen is. So thank you guys and your patience in getting to all your readings. So I'm going to spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'll be back on. So it'll be a couple of hours, but I'll be back on and I'll finish out all donations, all free readings, everyone. So everyone who has a question in the chat, or of course via donations through the other options in my email, um, we will come through. Yes. Yep, absolutely. I see your donation just came through. Amazing Grace. So we will do that. Just make sure to you have your question out here too. But I will be back and I'll make sure it'll be a separate stream. And in that one, I do put a comment listing the order in which it is everything is completed, so you can find your donation, not your donation, your reading um, easier. So just so for donations, I did get through NY. So the donations I have remaining are Shanji, and then Maria, and then Amazing Grace. So you guys will be up first when I return, and I do go in or deeper, of course, still for those two. So you guys will be at the beginning, and then I will do my YouTube channel members, and then all the free readings. But I'll put a little note, a little comment on the video after I'm done, So you can go, where am I in that the new stream? Because there won't be a chat in there. So we'll do that. So that is the skinny, and thank you guys for your patience and all the thumbs up and all the support. I am so grateful and happy December. In the meantime, while you guys are waiting, like I said, I shared earlier. Come on, mouse. Can we cooperate? There it goes. A Sagittarius new moon video, and here it is. I've been sharing it throughout this weekend, but she's great. I really like her take on astrology, and she gives some good information on this specific moon. It's very powerful. Like she says, it's the most auspicious moon of the year, she feels. And there's some great energy that's coming up next week, too, that she mentions with the Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius being in its middle. It's called its Cazini. I think it's the middle of the retrograde in alignment with the sun, right? I think it's like perfectly aligned with the sun, and then 2 degrees off of Jupiter that rolls over Sagittarius, which lot of growth and expansion energy. So be sure to check that out if you have time while you're waiting for me to return. All right, everybody, I'm headed out. Remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Cosmic Father, the Cosmic Mother, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.